Hey, good morning. It is the 2nd of December, 2019, which means there's 23 days till Christmas, something like that. I am your friend, Jay Cleveland Payne, and this is a quick check in for the day from thisistheconversation.com, the Conversation Project. Thank you so much for being a part of the project, and whether you're on this live check in here with me right now, or you stop in on, excuse me, on a replay throughout the day. I appreciate your time. Just doing this from the laptop. Don't have really much time to really get in and set up for the nice review and do any testing today because got a very busy day on this Monday. A lot of things going on. I do some side work, volunteering type stuff, and I have a lot of meetings actually today, starting in about an hour and a half to get to. So I've got to get to those pretty quickly. But just want to say thank you so much for joining me and do whatever you did throughout your holiday weekend. Hopefully you probably survived, whatever that means, but you got through a fairly less stressful Thanksgiving holiday. Hopefully that was what you had going on for your end. Ours was pretty much the same way as well, although as the constant sort of running gag is, we never know what time holiday dinner is, and this week we showed up thinking we were late, and we were actually the first ones to arrive. So says it. So happy to have very much think very much be thankful for, including my family, my friends, even the situation I'm in, where while it's not the best in life, I am definitely learning a lot in what's going on, and I do have a lot more time. Although maybe not productive time at times, to work on projects like this. I had a chance to do a lot of things to advance this project and other projects in my business. So while they're not monetarily paying off yet, I'm learning a lot in hyperdrive that will hopefully help you out and help me out as well. So of course, this is the conversations page. So let me go ahead and do the shilling for that page right now, starting off with the fact that we do have a brand new posting for the 8 things to talk about for today, Monday, December 2nd. We also posted this week. We last week we didn't have one, and our basically normal response to that is kind of move forward and say, oh, you missed it. So yeah, last week was a very busy Friday. A lot of things going on, and one of the big things going on was I ended up watching two kids on Friday because last week out for Thanksgiving, one of JJ's little friends needed a place to hang out for the day too. So the two of them and I did a bunch of Christmas shopping. It was pretty much as you expect it would be. But let's talk about 8 things to talk about now. Of course, you can click the link, go to thisisconversation.com, click the link for all our big responses. We have a link to the weekly wrap up show if you're not subscribed to it, plus links to where you can subscribe to as well. And the 8 things to talk about newsletter, which you get via newsletter way, your email, or you can go to the website and see it right there. We post it essentially simultaneously as it goes out. A couple things that were big over the weekend. This covers for Monday, away from last Friday when we start the clock to early this morning. Um, Big story for Friday was the man who was shot by police after stabbing people on London Bridge. This was from the initial story right here. This was before we got the actual updated video of the guy with the fire exchanger and the Norwal tusk, holding him down till he actually was able to be subdued by the police. Of course, the police saw he was wearing what looked like a bomb vest. It basically looked like a bomb vest. It was either non-functional or just a fake vest. And that was a big story that took a lot of eyeballs. And this is definitely on track to being a number one story for the week right now, the way it was responded to, especially a live event that we popped in there as it happened. It wasn't live and was also missed out by a lot of people who were either watching NFL football on Thursday night or waiting for their Friday, Saturday rivalry matchups. For Ole Miss and Mississippi State, they play their rivalry on the Thursday on Thanksgiving, called the Egg Bowl. They play for an egg, I guess. And this year was an amazing feat where, because of one player's celebratory stupidity, it cost them a chance to actually win the game. Elijah Moore went in for a touchdown for Ole Miss. Decided to celebrate by doing the whole, dog walking like a dog, even lifting his leg. That got a penalty on the field goal kick. Field goal kick was missed. On top of that, there's actually a penalty because all the students rushed the field. That would have been a 15-yard penalty on the, with 4 seconds left, but all the people on the field, they just called it at that point in time. Two more real quick. Caitlyn Jenner, who of course used to be Bruce Jenner, is talking about a lot of stuff, doing a lot of interviews these days. And the one we picked up on was a clip where I keep saying she talked about being estranged from Khloe Kardashian, his stepdaughter, the one that basically took this whole thing the worst. And another one out of the 8 things we posted this morning. The police chief up in Oklahoma got word of the incident where one of his cops went into Starbucks and one of the baristas wrote pig on the cup because baristas are, wise like that. That barista got fired for doing something really stupid, which she should have done. The police chief called for them to maybe rethink their decision and look for some sort of civility in the situation. Not happy that it happened, but asking Starbucks maybe consider bringing the barista back. Although barista probably has a 6-figure book deal, so she's probably taken care of at this point. Those are 4 of the 8 things that were talked about today. You can see at the top of the newsletter. Let's go back to newsletter real quick. Go back to the top of the newsletter. You have a link at there. I should have this ahead of time, so I'll be paying attention. A link where you can subscribe to the newsletter automatically. And you can get this in your email box every single morning. Well, I keep saying it. I have to work on my script. Monday through Thursday, you can get this in your email box. On Monday, we'll give you the weekend. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the last day and a half-ish or so. And on Friday, there is no newsletter because we're working on the podcast. On Saturday, you get a newsletter with the link to the podcast and some info from there. You can also it will ask you to accept cookies. Sure, we accept cookies. It will take you to our Patreon site for This Is Conversation, and you can do what you want to do from there. Now, we also have a Patreon site. I have a personal Patreon site for everything else, which doesn't get a lot of love, but it's there for kind of randomness stuff at the patreon.com/jclevelandpayne. If you want to give to the J. Cleveland Payne account or give directly to the Conversation Project, which is all the stuff here goes directly to working on things for the conversation, I am very appreciative of any effort you'd like to give me. Thank you very much on all of that. So let's go back to here. The past week was an amazing week where even though the streets weren't quite as bustling with a lot of things going on, a lot of kids out of school. Like I said, I had JJ for 5 days this week and plus an extra other JJ, I guess she'd be MP, I guess, for Friday. So a lot of things didn't get done as expected. And a lot of things, to be honest, some of the mental challenges of the season also popped in as well, slowing things down. But right now, things are already up and up. We're feeling about 75, 80%. So we'll keep things going on. We got the podcast out for this weekend. We got the newsletter out. A lot of great things we're expecting for the upcoming week. If you want to chime in on anything, jump in on stuff, and let me know how things are going, how I'm doing, you can always email the conversation stuff at the conversation inbox at gmail.com. Email me at jclevelandpayne@gmail.com. And of course, theconversation.com is where all this conversation stuff lives. So you can check that out as well. See what's going on, see how things are progressing, how things are moving, and just be a part of what's going on. Follow us on social media on Twitter, th_conversation, on Facebook, This Is Conversation, on Instagram as well. And as the stories pop up in your feed, make sure you are liking, loving, replying to, responding to the stories because you make the podcast happen on the weekends. I get the podcast script from exactly what it is you say are the biggest stories out there. And right now, like for example, right now I'm looking at I'm sitting on the couch from the TV. They're showing a video. So they had a camera crew go out to the Arizona, where 4 years ago, where the lady sent the text to the wrong person and invited the guy to Thanksgiving. And this is the 4th year in a row he's gone. This year he brought looks like a girlfriend or a fiance with him to them. So he's having extra Thanksgiving with his new family. That was a story that was posted inside of all the stuff this week that didn't get a lot of love because it was kind of mixed in, kind of late. But you can tell me what actual stories are really good to talk about, not just Trump, 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 Putin, Trump, Trump, Trump. That's the whole point of the Conversation Project. So with that, I've already pitched the Patreon. I already told you how to follow. I've talked about what happened going on. Look for some great things going on this week. I have no idea story-wise would look forward to, other than that Trump is going to NATO and going to be in London either late this week or early next week, which is oddly enough, the day he's in London is the day of their elections. Who would have thunk? We can talk about all those things online, offline, everywhere we want to, either in social media. You can talk about it in the comments and wherever you've seen this video, whether on Facebook or on YouTube, and whether it's live or in Memorex, if that's even a good reference anymore. Thank you so much for joining me for the time here, keeping up with the conversation and keeping me sane, because this thing doesn't work without you guys. We'll talk more about great stuff, hopefully tomorrow morning, with another check-in, and we'll work on that script. It's all a work in progress. Everything is working towards the positive, and we're trying to take our best to see the positive in every single interaction, every single setback we've had in the last couple months. So setbacks are just setups for comebacks. That means we got a lot of comebacks coming. Oh, some great things happening for the new year. We got some great things planned as well. We'll talk more about that during the week. Till then, till tomorrow. Thank you so much.